Hi everyone, Mary Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts, and today I have a really pretty and simple card design to show you. I saw this card online and it was Mary Knabe that shared it, and she said she got it from Mary Fish. So lots of ideas online. I'm not taking credit for the originality of this design, but I just thought it was really cute and beautiful way to use your designer series paper. So this is the Ornate Garden Specialty Designer Series paper. It's a new paper from Stampin' Up! That will be in the new annual catalog. So this year they've done an early release and you can purchase this paper now. And there's actually a whole suite of products that you can purchase. And I'm going to be using a couple of them today. And you can check my website, maryanncowan.com, for more information and actually an ordering special that I'm having for April. And I also have a class to go if you're interested in that. So this is the card that we're going to be making. So this paper coordinates with terracotta tile. But terracotta tile, if you'll look, is very similar to Calypso coral, just a little bit deeper in color. So for this card I've actually used Calypso coral, just to brighten it up a little bit, and you can see how it matches beautifully. So I don't know what this card is called, maybe a 3-panel card, but like I said, it's quick and simple to make, and it really basically uses the designer series paper. So it's a great way to show off the designer series paper. So let's get started. I have pre-cut the materials that we'll be using. So these little strips are from this stamp set. No, that's not a stamp set. It's a die called Ornate Layer Dies. It's part of the pre-order, and so I've used this stitched rectangle, and I've also used this little insert for inside. And on this card I used, that's a little rectangle from the rectangle shaped dies. So let's get started. So what I've done is I've cut out of the designer series paper 3 pieces using this framelit. And what's fun about this card is it uses the same sheet of paper, and this card was made with this side, and this card is going to be made with the opposite side. So our papers are double-sided, and sometimes it's really hard to choose which side to use because both sides are very beautiful. So for this one we're going to be using the gold embossed. This is a specialty designer series paper because it has embossing on it. So we're going to use the gold embossed side for this card. And this card would make a beautiful Christmas card. So I'm not going to put a sentiment on this card because then I can decide what I want to use it for. Oftentimes I will do that. I'll make up some cards and I won't put a sentiment on till I'm ready to send it. Then I'll know, do I need happy birthday? Is it going to be a Christmas card? This would also be a nice anniversary card. So the base of my card is regular card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is Old Olive, another one of the coordinating colors. Then I have a piece of gold foil, and it measures 3.5 by 4 1/4. And that's going to layer up our little strips. So I've also done a strip out of Old Olive because I thought of putting this on the front. At first I thought maybe I would put gold underneath. Well, at first I thought I would just lay it across, but then there's some gaps you'll see in a minute. Then I thought, oh, I'll just put it on gold, but you can't really see that as well. So my next option was to do it on Old Olive, the same color as the card base. Sometimes I like doing more monochromatic color schemes, so I thought that might be nice. So we're going to use this little layer for the very top of our card. And like I said, I'm not going to put a greeting on this card because I want to be flexible in how I use it. So to get this little puffed up look. If you can see, I've used dimensionals. So I've gone ahead and put 3 dimensionals on the back of each of these pieces. Now the one tip that I got from Mary was exactly the opposite of what I would have done. I think I would have put this one in the middle first and then done the 2 on the sides. But she actually suggested starting at the sides so that you leave some space in the middle, and then your middle one can be exactly where you want it to go. So I'm going to lay them down just so I kind of know how much I want on my edge. And then I'm going to place it down. And then I'll do the same to the far side. And then it makes sure that I get the middle one exactly centered. Well, there's no exact. It's not going to be exact. But it'll be close. As long as your eye looks at it and thinks, oh, that's centered. So I'm going to try to get it the same height as this one. And I think that looks good. Scoot it over a bit. And then I can center my middle one. You can try it. You can do it any way you want, but this way seemed to have worked when I did the other card. Whoops, so I'm going to stick with what works. So then you just add this one to the middle. There we go. I think that looks really pretty. All right, so now I'm going to glue this piece to here. So my trick for this is I'm going to take my silicone mat, which I just washed, and a little bit of the white liquid glue. I always call it white glue, but it goes back to my teaching days when we used to have a glue called, oh geez, that's a lot of glue. Mucilage, which was the cheapest glue they could find, so that's why the schools had it. And this was the white glue, which was everyone loved, but it was in high demand. So I'm just taking a little piece of a sponge. These are the Stampin' Up! Sponges. I use them for ink, and I also use them for glue. This is my glue sponge, so I just keep it separate from my glue. Then I'm going to take this piece and glue it down. Now the one thing about using the white glue, you have a little bit of time to move it if you need to. But that looks, oh geez, that looks good. All right, so because this layer is already popped up, I'm not going to pop it up again, although you could. I didn't for this card. I think I will for this one. It just seems fancier. So I'm just going to take some dimensionals. And it's a fairly big piece, so I think I'll put 6 dimensionals. You could also use the edges and put a little strip in the middle. I'm just going to use it like this for now. Dimensionals are really just little pieces of foam with adhesive on both sides. I know some people, to pop up their cards, use fun foam, I want to call it. The big sheets of it. All right, that looks good. And then I'm going to take this piece and put it across. Now, I think maybe I'll use some of that white glue. No, I'm going to use snail. All right, and I do realize it goes out over the edge, but I still think it looks pretty. The one thing when you're using foil and white glue, you have to make sure that it doesn't mark. And if it does, you just go back later and wipe it off. All right, I think that's really pretty. You could add a little bow, but I don't really think it needs it. I was thinking about maybe trying a gilded gem right to the middle one. Let's see how that's gonna look. If I don't like it, I'll take it back off. Oh, I like that. Because this is the main focal point of your card. Yeah, I like that. And the gilded gems, the way that they're cut is they catch the light in a whole bunch of different ways. I think that's really pretty. And I think if I was going to use this for a Christmas card, I would probably take something this size, not in this color, maybe an old olive again, and heat emboss it in gold, and just put Merry Christmas or thinking of you, for you at Christmas. Could, like I said, it could be an anniversary card, but kind of the colors look kind of Christmassy to me. And as I'm looking at it, it's not really that straight. But anyways, you get the idea. So that's my 3-panel card. Here it is in Calypso Coral, and here it is in Old Olive. And the same sheet of Designer Series paper, and you can see how different it looks on both of the cards. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel and head over to my website, maryanncowan.com, where you'll find daily inspiration, card making ideas, and creativity. And you can sign up for my newsletter, and then you will receive my daily posts into your mailbox. So thank you very much for joining me today, and have a great day.